In the first episode of season 1, we see Sara and Nathan talking outside their house. And then we see the Matthews family looping around Fromville over and over because this was the first time that they ever got to the town. And we see Sara being really focused on them arriving. Then we see her again with a really surprised look on her face. After the accident happens between the Matthews and Jade and Toby ends up getting sent to the hospital. And he seems like he's fine, and it's clear that Toby is gonna make it. But then Sara shows up in the hospital and starts saying some weird schizo shit. And then she ends up stabbing Toby in the throat. And of course, he dies because of it. But for some reason, it was almost like the voices told her that she had to cut out his tongue. A few days later, Sara is at the diner doing what she does, cooking and serving people, being a waitress. You get the point. Ethan and his family are eating breakfast together at that same moment. And Sara gets a message carved into her arm telling her to kill the boy. Kill the boy. Sara goes to the Matthews and asks if he can show Ethan the goats and chickens at the barn, and Jim and Tabitha allow it, which is crazy, by the way. The fact that neither of them thought it suspicious that a grown woman who's at least in her early 20s wants to hang out with a preteen boy, that's crazy, man. Especially when there's so many people in this town who are way closer to her age and maturity than Ethan. If it was Victor doing that, they would have been pissed and very scared, rightfully so, by the way, but the same should have been with Sara. Anyways, Sara takes Ethan to the barn and she tries to take him out, but whoops, she ends up killing her own brother instead. Good one, Sara, good one. But the thing that really caught my eye when I was watching these episodes of season 1 is, what is the point of asking Sara to kill these people and opening the doors as well? Wouldn't convincing her to open the doors be enough for the monsters to kill these people by themselves? Something that's just as interesting happens in season 2, episode 3. Ellis and Kenny were walking around the forest looking through their traps for catching animals that the community set up. Ellis and Kenny end up finding a woman who's been pinned to the tree with a metal rod from one of the traps, presumably by the monsters. But why did they trap her? Why didn't they just kill her? Why did they trap Martin in the dungeon for multiple years? Why not just kill him like we've always seen them doing and be done with him? How did Victor survive all these years in Fromville? You know, there's a lot of questions that I had, and I think that the answer is actually quite simple. There's people whom the monsters are forbidden to kill, or at least forbidden from killing them directly. Perhaps the reason why Sara was asked to kill both Toby and Ethan is the same reason why the monsters didn't just kill Kelly, but they left her pinned on the tree instead. Maybe this is the same reason they chained Martin up in the dungeon. It could be against the rules for them to kill specific people. And we already know that the monsters are good at following rules because of the talismans. Isn't it interesting that both Kelly and Martin were trapped by the monsters, but neither of them killed? And yes, I know that Martin wasn't trapped by the mimic vampire creatures that we see, whereas for Kelly, that is our assumption, but I still think the idea that some people are protected or considered special players in this game holds a lot of weight. We know that the voices aren't all helpful. Some of them are devious, like the one that told Father Cartry to drive into Fromville to come to the town, but some appear to be good, like Abby and the boy in white. So we don't know yet if the ones speaking to Sara were just manipulating her or if they were genuinely trying to help her get out. We don't know that yet, but it could be that all special pieces need to be off the board one way or another before the pawns can escape the game. Or maybe only the special pieces, a special group of candidates, can complete a specific task, can complete the quest that we don't know about, and that's what's necessary to win the game, and everybody gets to go home after it's done. I don't know. There's many questions, but I'm interested to see where this story goes and if there's a reason why Sara was asked to kill Ethan and Toby. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.